This video will demonstrate the installation of a Canusa K60 Rapid Sleeve and a Shaw Pipe concrete weight coating joint kit. Canusa's products are supplied in heavy-duty boxes which are resistant to transportation damage and are packaged to prevent damage prior to installation. A detailed product installation guide, which identifies the important steps to properly install a heat-shrinkable sleeve, is shipped with each box of heat-shrinkable sleeves. A heat-shrinkable sleeve is made of a cross-linked and stretched polyethylene backing coated with a heat-activated adhesive. The sleeve is pre-cut to fit the specific pipe diameter and has a pre-attached closure strip. Always follow the storage and safety guidelines when using Canusa products. This will ensure that the products will be in their best condition when applied. Using the proper equipment is important. Torches and rollers that are in good condition, plus calibrated temperature measuring instruments, all make installation of sleeves easy, fast, and done right. Properly sized propane tanks and torches will provide enough heat to the field joint for preheating and make shrinking of the sleeve much quicker. In some cases, 2 or 3 workers will be required depending on the pipe size and steel wall thickness. Solvent wiping of steel surfaces prior to abrasive surface preparation is required when oils or grease may be on the steel. Clean the surface with a power wire brush, then wipe or air blast off any remaining residue. The K60 Rapid Sleeve requires preheating of the steel surface and adjacent mainline to at least 65 degrees Celsius or 150 degrees Fahrenheit. This is done so the adhesive will melt and flow on contact. This enhances adhesion for long-term performance. Partially remove the release liner and lightly heat the underlap at the edge. Center the sleeve over the joint so the sleeve will overlap between the 10 and 2 o'clock positions and press the underlap firmly into place. Remove the remaining release liner while wrapping the sleeve loosely around the pipe. Gently heat the backing of the underlap and the adhesive side of the overlap and press the closure firmly into place. Gently heat the closure and pat it down with a gloved hand. Repeating this procedure, move from one side to the other and smooth any wrinkles by gently working them outward from the center of the closure with a roller. Using the torch, begin at the center of the sleeve and heat circumferentially around the pipe using broad strokes. If using 2 torches, the workers need to be on opposite sides of the pipe. Continue heating from the center toward one end of the sleeve until recovery is complete. In a similar manner, heat and shrink the remaining side. Shrinking has been completed when the adhesive begins to ooze at the sleeve edges all around the circumference. Finish shrinking the sleeve with long horizontal strokes over the entire surface to ensure a uniform bond. While the sleeve is still hot and soft, use a hand roller to gently roll the sleeve surface and push any trapped air up and out of the sleeve. If necessary, reheat to roll out air. Visually inspect the installed sleeve and make sure that the sleeve is in full contact with the steel joint, that the adhesive flowed beyond both sleeve edges, and that no cracks or holes are in the sleeve backing. Any and/or all quality inspection tests that are required must be completed before the installation of the concrete weight coating joint kit. Install the concrete weight joint kit by wrapping the pre-rolled reinforcing wire cage around the joint area and attach at both sides to the exposed mesh at the pipe ends. Ensure that the cage is held securely and is uniformly spaced from the pipe surface at approximately 1/2 of the concrete thickness. Wrap the sheet metal form around the joint area so the overlap on the concrete coating is uniform on both sides. The form must be installed so that a gap, approximately 3 inches wide, is located at the top. Secure both sides of the form to the concrete coating with the supplied number 9 haywire or fiber reinforced tape. The number 9 haywire or fiber reinforced tape must be secured tightly to minimize gaps between the concrete coating and form. Any gaps may result in loss of joint material. Mix the joint material either in a mechanical mixer or by hand, according to the following instructions. Add water to the mixer first. The amount of water will vary between 3.75 to 5 liters per 25 kilogram bag of grout, depending on the grout consistency required. Start with 3.75 liters per bag initially. More can be added later if a more fluid consistency is required. Add the dry grout mix to the mixer. For example, a 16-inch pipe with 1.5 inches of concrete and 8-inch coating cutbacks would require approximately 2 bags of grout per joint. Mix thoroughly until an even consistency is achieved. If a more fluid consistency is required, add more water and remix. The grout only has to be fluid enough so that it will flow uniformly around the joint area when poured into the forms. The fresh grout may be remixed for a period of up to 1 hour after the initial mixing, after which time it should then be discarded. Pour the grout into the gap at the top of the sheet metal form until the joint area is full. Light tapping on the outside of the form during pouring will assist the grout to flow around the pipe and thus reduce the chance of voids. Once the joint is full, strike off any excess material and cover the exposed grout with plastic tape or sheeting to prevent moisture loss. Loss of moisture will inhibit proper curing. After 24 hours, the form can be removed if required. Note: the grout must be protected from freezing for a period of at least 24 hours after the initial mixing. In colder weather, below 13 degrees Celsius, the grout must be protected for longer. 2 to 3 days is recommended. Now the joint is ready for lowering in and backfill.